All right, let's dive into this really incredible story from the book of Genesis. It's this wild ride of ups and downs. Dramatic reversals of fortune. We're going to follow one guy whose character gets put through the ultimate test. We're talking power, betrayal, injustice, the whole deal. And it all boils down to this one timeless question. Is who we are on the inside more powerful than where we find ourselves on the outside?
And that question, that's really the heart of this entire story. The character we're following, his life is like a pendulum swinging from the absolute highest highs to the lowest lows. And in those swings, the very foundation of who he is gets tested. Can his inner self, his character, actually win out over his external circumstances? So our story kicks off with a young man, Joseph. And let's just say he's not in a great spot. He finds himself in a totally new, pretty hostile environment, Egypt. And his journey there, it doesn't start with freedom. Nope, it starts in bondage.
So Joseph gets brought to Egypt, and right away he's purchased by this guy named Potiphar, who's a big deal. He's the captain of the Pharaoh's guard. For Joseph, you have to imagine this is rock bottom. He's a slave in a foreign land, totally alone. But what happens next? Well, nobody could have predicted it.
And this phrase right here, this is the key. It basically unlocks the whole story for us, because a theme pops up immediately, and it's super consistent. No matter what his circumstances are, Joseph seems to have something, maybe you'd call it favor or just this innate skill, that makes everything he touches turn to gold.
And you know what? His master, Potiphar, he sees it. It's crystal clear. Joseph's competence, his integrity, it's just undeniable. So he goes from being just another slave to becoming the overseer of the entire estate. Potiphar trusts him with everything. It's amazing proof that his character is just shining through even when he's starting from the absolute bottom.
So at this point, Joseph has climbed the ladder, he's reached this peak of trust and authority, but of course, it's right at this moment of success that his character is about to face its biggest test yet. And it comes from a source he probably never saw coming. Think about this contrast. On one hand, you've got this incredible trust that his master has placed in him. And on the other hand, you have his master's wife making a demand that would just completely shatter that trust. It's a total collision course between his duty and a really, really dangerous temptation.
Now, Joseph's refusal here is fascinating. It's not just about, oh, I can't betray my boss. He actually frames it as a moral, even a spiritual decision. He sees betraying Potiphar as a massive sin against God. This tells you so much, right? His integrity isn't just about his job. It's rooted in something way deeper.
And get this wasn't just a one-time thing. The text says the pressure was relentless. We're talking day by day, she kept at it. And day by day, Joseph held firm. It's like his integrity was being tested by a war of attrition.
So when trying to persuade him doesn't work, well, the situation escalates, big time. And this leads to Joseph's sudden, absolutely catastrophic fall from grace.
And this is the classic dilemma Joseph is now facing, isn't it? He does the right thing, but it happens at a moment when there are zero witnesses. Nobody's there to back him up. And in a situation like that, the truth can get twisted easily.
So in this final, dramatic confrontation, Joseph literally runs for it. But as he does, she grabs his cloak. In his rush to get away, he leaves it in her hand. And that one piece of clothing, that garment, becomes the one and only piece of evidence in the case she's about to build against him. Her response is just, wow. It's so calculated, so swift. She grabs the garment, she calls in the other servants to make sure she has an audience, and then she just spins this incredible story that completely flips everything on its head. She paints Joseph as the attacker and herself as the poor victim.
So when Potiphar finally gets home, what happens? He only hears her side of the story, he sees the garment, and boom, his anger just flares up. There's no trial, no, let me hear Joseph's side, nothing. Joseph's fate is sealed, just like that, in a single instant.
And so, the guy who did everything right gets punished, as if he did everything wrong. He's thrown into prison. It's just a stark, really powerful picture of injustice, right? A moment where it totally looks like good character lost and bad circumstances won.
But wait, the story is not over, not by a long shot. In fact, what happens next is maybe the most remarkable part of this whole tale. It's a paradox, something that completely defies how grim his situation looks right now. Okay, let's just pause for a second and really think about how far he's fallen. I mean, 1 minute, he's basically the COO of a powerful official's entire household. The very next, he is at the absolute bottom, a prisoner in the king's dungeon. It's a staggering fall.
And yet, that familiar phrase comes back again. Just like it did in Potiphar's house, the text repeats this core idea, that divine favor was with him. Even here, at absolute rock bottom, the story is insisting that his external location has not changed who he is on the inside.
And what happens next is almost unbelievable. The pattern just repeats itself. It's a perfect echo of what happened in Potiphar's house. He finds favor with the prison warden, he's put in charge of the other prisoners, and before you know it, he's basically running the whole prison. The environment changed completely, but the man and the results he got, they didn't change at all.
And that right there is the ultimate point of the story. It didn't matter if he was in a mansion or in a prison cell. Joseph's character, his integrity, his competence, his trustworthiness, it produced the exact same result. His success wasn't tied to his location, it was flowing directly from who he was.
So this ancient story is making a really bold claim, isn't it? It's saying that what's inside of you, your character, can actually shape your reality way more than the world outside of you. It suggests that our character isn't just about how we act when times are good. It's the very engine that drives our fortune, for better or for worse. That is a really powerful idea to think about.